I will now invite our colleague Chris to give us his last few words. And I would like to thank you once again for all your participation. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, Diana, for those words, and to Jeremy and the panel. So a lot of the things that came through from the colleagues in the last panel are things that have been exercising the members of the stakeholders of the platform. So a couple of things have come out. If I may just remind colleagues of some of the things that have just been said by our speakers when we kicked off. If I kick off with Director General Audrey Azoulay, she spoke of the raison d'etre of this platform and say to better protect journalists. That's key. And Lydia spoke of the spirit of cooperation and the multi-stakeholder nature of this platform. Again, that's key. Then His Excellency President Cyril Ramaphosa put a challenge to us. He spoke of placing this project within Agenda 2063 and looking back 42 years from now as a seminal moment, and that a moment that began the journey to eliminate acts of impunity against journalists. Ambassador Salah Hamad challenged us with an emphasis on the unity and coordination of our efforts as journalists primarily. Professor Eddie Maloka of the African Peer Review Mechanism pledged technical support for a key project within this, which is the African Press Freedom Index. Again, that's key. Then Commissioner King, our Special Rapporteur on freedom of expression and access to information in Africa, challenged us to familiarize ourselves with certain key documents, which I'll talk about there, and how they relate to the safety of journalists. This is key in the framing of the desires of our stakeholders around this platform and the expectations of what it will do. Then this panel that has just ended had some very key contributions that it made in terms of effective coordination, stakeholder mapping, looking at our strengths and competencies, solidarity, that is in supporting and sustaining campaigns, capacity building, especially at the local level, our cooperation, both at the international, regional, and national levels, gender inclusion, especially the safety of women, was emphasized. Then, of course, engagement with AU bodies. I think all these, using this as background to talking about the way forward for us, is that the desire that is there is for a vibrant, living, relevant platform. In other words, we want a sustainable platform. We've seen some things come and go, but the desire that is here, the promise that we've got to make, is that we're going to make this sustainable. So a lot of thinking has gone into the way forward, but this will also take into account the great ideas that have just come in the panel discussions. So one of the first way forward for us is really the capacity building of the different regional focal points that will be drawn from media networks and CSOs participating in this initiative. This is key because Jovio spoke of the alerts that need to feed into the platform. We need to ensure that people have been trained, their capacity has been built, and that we have the capacity then to monitor, verify, and report on violations. We need to ensure that we have created, therefore, regional and national coordination mechanisms. So there have to be structures in place, working with already the media organizations and CSOs that are in place, that are doing already some fantastic work in this area. We are going to put in place a governance structure. Already there's been some thinking around that. There's a draft document around this. But one of the key features of this governance structure are the thematic working groups. Egerton spoke of the strengths and competencies of various organizations. That again comes into this in terms of mapping the stakeholders, partners to this, what they do bring, and the areas that they would work within this. So the thematic working groups will be key for the platform. Then we are going on, we need to have a secretariat in place. They've got to be full-time staff that actually work, for this platform. So there is already an effort underway for joint fundraising to ensure that there will be a recruitment of staff for the platform. Through the Federation of African Journalists, we are working on the protocol on the safety of journalists in Africa. Again, that would be shared with the stakeholders, but this is a key protocol, in terms of the framework for the platform. The key here is that the platform must not be a singularly focused initiative. As Guy put it, it will have many legs to it, or several legs to it, so that we address the issues of impunity. We are coming in a very holistic way to tackling the issues at stake. We established a group of friends on safety of journalists in Africa. This again is quite key, whether it is for resource mobilization, but also, in terms of, public opinion and ensuring that we do have a voice, especially at the global level in terms of our work. And then this is key, this is unique. Would like to have, of course, our Press Freedom Index that is, African. We have obviously the various others across the world. We would like to have our own. And already we have heard from the African peer review mechanism about the support that they can avail us on the technical side in terms of us setting this up. We would like to work closely with the African Commission on Human and People's Rights in the domestication of the AU model law on access to information. There are a number of organizations that are working with this. So it is really us, again, linking the platform to the work of those organizations and to the SACHPR itself. Then Commissioner King spoke about the amended Declaration on Principles of Freedom of Expression and Access to Information. And she drew our attention to the principles that are in there from, I think, principle 19 to 25. Those are key, and we will need to lift those in terms of our members or stakeholders engaging with those, being aware of those, and us engaging in awareness raising around the safety of journalists. So these are the core 9 action points that we do have for now. But in light of some of the discussions that have already taken place, I'm sure those there will be either the strengthening or inclusion of some other points. I want to thank you. Over to you, Diana.
Thank you so much, Chris. I think now we have actually reached the end of our program. We would like to thank all the speakers and also all the participants that have joined us today. It's been an honor also for myself and my colleague Pat to be your MCs for the day. We hope that we have done a decent job. But we look forward also to interacting more with each one of you, whether you're a speaker, whether you're a partner, whether you are a participant. And yeah, we look forward to more collaboration. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.